Hi everyone, it's Alina from Xactimate Mastery here. Emmy is in the office today, being a pest, but being very cute. So she wanted to say hello. Hello. She doesn't like to look at the camera, she's camera shy. So what we're going to talk about in this video is how to sketch a main level roof at a second story. So I'm going to kind of take that for granted that y'all know how to do the main level and the second story, but they're going to add a roof that's on the second story and then a separate roof on that main level if you have a multi-storied kind of roof situation. So that's what I'm going to sketch today. Hope you enjoy that, and me and Emmy are going to hang out here and sketch multi-story roofs. So here's what the roof looks like in 3D in Xactimate. You can see that I've got this upper level roof here, and then the roof that's covering the garage. So it's split level as far as the roof goes. It's not, on the same plane or on the same level even in Xactimate. So I have a roof only level, and then I have the roof on the second level. As you can see here, whenever you click the particular level you want to look at in 3D. So there's the roof again. There's the second level. Main level does not have a roof on it, of course. And here's how it looks in 3D. So I'm going to show you how I created this here in Xactimate. So I'm going to take for granted that you already know how to create the main level and then the second level sketch. You just add your levels here with your add new level little plus sign there and get those added. I just use the default dimensions when you add a new level here. We don't want to keep that. Let's take that. Okay, so we've got the top level, the roof here. Let's look at this again in 3D just to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to start here on the top or the roof level, which is above the second level. So I did add this level above. You can see here in the properties that I've got main level, second level, and then a roof level. So I'm not doing this on the second level. I think that's where a lot of people get confused is, where does the roof go? If you don't have much experience in Sketch, you do need to add another level for your roof to allow for that. All right, so now that we have our, if you will, 3 levels here, I'm going to go ahead and sketch this roof. I'm just going to use a basic gable roof here, and I tapped F on my keyboard to pull that roof onto my cursor. Just tap F is the shortcut. More shortcuts you can learn, the faster you're going to be. If I can save you seconds, that'll turn into minutes, which will turn into hours, which will turn into more vacation time for you. So learn your shortcuts for sure. F is for the roof, and the way I remember it is something you don't want to do, which is fall off the roof, okay? Seems like you want to hit R, but R takes you to a room, so F is going to be key here. And then you'll see that there's 2 squares. We've got the inner square that's dotted lines and an outer square, if you will, where F1A and F2B, those are your 2 slopes. You'll see the little box around them, and then an outer box near my outer dimensions. The interior box will line up on your sketch with those exterior walls of the level below, and it will kind of snap to. It naturally wants to sit on those exterior level walls there, or second level walls, if you will. It likes to sit on the exterior wall. If you move it to the interior, it doesn't really like it. It likes to resist, but we don't want to set an exterior roof wall on top of an interior wall line, if you will. So Xactimate knows that, and it kind of clicks. Once it snaps to, I just click once to set the roof. That whole time I had the roof just following my cursor, and that's how I did that. And then when I click once, it'll set that roof for me. And we're going to call this the second story roof, just so we can keep track of what's going to happen on our grouping tree as we move through this process. Grouping tree will be over in estimate items, and I'll touch on that here in a little bit. All right, so now that I've got that snapped to that first corner, that's what I always do. I line up one corner first. I can now go ahead and left click, hold, and drag the handle out to the second corner, and it will snap to that exterior wall line. That roof wall likes to meet those exterior wall lines. Pretty cool. And then I'll do the same and just drag these both corners down at once, and it will snap to that exterior wall line as well. So with this particular roof, there is a gable extension that covered this porch or whatever area this was, the master bedroom or something out here. So I am going to have to break this roof line in order to pull out an extension here over covering this area of the home. So I'm going to use B for break. B for square break is what it's called here on my cursor. It's going to be loaded, and I'm just going to randomly place it somewhere inside these wall lines. Left click, hold, and drag with that tool, and that way I can create a third handle, a third box that you can pull out. Now, if I just pull this box out, it's just going to extend the roof out. It's just going to extend that slope. It's not going to create a new extension, a new ridge and valleys and all that other fun stuff. So I'm going to take a step back. Control Z is undo. So that's across anything that's a Windows program. It's Command Z in Mac. So that's just to undo the roof, and you can undo up to 5 times. So you have a nice safety net there. Let's try this again. We're going to B for break. I'm going to left click, hold, and drag with my cursor across the front here, just, eyeballing it. Doesn't have to be spot on quite yet. Then, instead of just pulling this out like I just performed, I'm going to hold down my control key. Control creates new. So this would work in a room or on a roof. So holding down my control key this whole time, I'm now going to left click, hold, and drag. And I'm still holding that control key down just for safety. And I'm going to pull it out to that exterior wall line. You'll see it kind of snap there. And then I can let go of my cursor, and I can let go of the control key, and we've created that exterior, that gable extension look that we're looking for, not just extending the roof slope. Now that I have it created, I can relax and go ahead and just pull out these handles and get them squared up with that roof line or roof wall meeting the exterior wall line. That inner box will snap to the outer, and let's make sure we're snapped here. Yep, looking good. So we've already got that created. Now, let's go ahead and create that second level roof. So I'm going to go down to the second level because, like I said in 3D, let's just take a review here. The roof is going to sit on top of the garage here. And you may see a gap because I have 1 foot for the joist framing. There in my properties, it's just the default. I didn't mess with anything to make it look pretty. I just took the defaults, and that's why you're going to see a gap there. When we put the garage roof on, you'll see that as well. But you can see that this level, so we have level 1, first level, main level is what's called, then the second level, then the roof on top. So second level is where I want to add the roof over that garage that's extending out on the main level. So let's go ahead and F for roof. We're going to repeat that process. I like to line up a corner, actually, is what I like to do here. So let me slide that over. F for roof. I'm going to try, go ahead and line up that corner, roof wall line, and just move it in. And I like to just attach the slope here and make that, again, make the exterior wall line kind of mesh into the home. It looks a little weird when you first do it, so just get used to the fact that it's going to kind of absorb that edge of the roof whenever you meet up the exterior wall line there. All right, so let's take a look at that in 3D and see how we're doing. We're back to square one. Everything's looking good. Now let me take you over to the grouping tree. This is an unusual circumstance. You will see the garage roof as the garage roof on a second level, separate from your second story roof. So if you're going to add line items to your estimate, you're going to need to duplicate or just copy and paste all those line items onto the garage roof. There's no way to combine them because they're on different levels. It's just a weird circumstance. And so don't be frustrated by that, but you do need to watch that because the garage roof is on a separate level, and the squares and perimeter and all of that are not included in the roof system as a whole. It's just because it's on a second level, you'll notice that you can't make it a subgroup. Like the roof extension that I created can be a subgroup of that second story roof in the properties, but I cannot group it here with the main level. There it's not available as part of the properties of the garage roof. So just be cognizant of that whenever you're going to add the items. It is a separate roof, separate material that you're going to be added, and then of course it will all total at the bottom of the report. So that's the only drawback of doing it this way, is you are going to see, or are going to have to duplicate that action, duplicate those line items, and then you're going to see it separated out on your printed report. So play around with that. If that works for you, then you're good to go. Perhaps maybe you just want to copy and paste this roof to the top level here and just have it floating, and then it just wouldn't look, very good on the sketch, but at least you could tie the roofs together, and now I could make it a subgroup of the second story roof. So it just wouldn't look that cool in sketch. It's going to look a little funky. Okay, so that's where you need to make a decision, you know, practically, do I want it all on the same grouping part? Do I want it all wrapped into these measurements, or do we want it separated out on the level? So that's the only thing I would caution you on when doing something like this. Just pay attention to where the light items are going to lie. And that's the only thing that I can think of that would be a drawback. Otherwise, this is really fun to do, and it's a good skill to have, and to know how to, you know, place something. You can place things on different levels. It's really fun. So give it a try. I had a lot of fun creating this, so thanks to the follower that suggested this. I appreciate you. And if you ever have a suggestion for me, comment on any of my videos, or email me at Alena, A-L-E-N-A, at xm8mastery.com. That's xm, the letter 8, mastery.com. And I love suggestions or any feedback that you have if you want to shoot me a message or comment below. Also, be sure to hit the like button so I know that these are topics that you're enjoying out there in Xactimate land. That's it for me for this week. My name is Alena Wilson with Xactimate Mastery, and I train contractors how to use Xactimate. For more information on what I do, you can go to xm8mastery.com. Hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next week.